Changing lives is an enormous task. Can one individual take this on alone? Let's look at the basic principles of the Rotary Club International. The Interact Club, which I'm vice president of at my high school, is a subsidiary of Rotary and follows the same basic principles. I'm committed to following the four-way test through setting an example at my school by leading my school's club in community service, such as working with the Special Olympics, sponsoring a child in need during Christmas, and working to collect books for schools in desperate need. Rotary founder Paul Harris had a vision of changing lives when founding this organization in 1905. The modern wheel with 24 cogs and 6 spokes that symbolizes Rotary was drawn by Chicago Rotarian Montague Bear. The wheel illustrates civilization and movement. Changing lives can be compared to the wheel in the way that Rotarians are progressing forward in community service. These are the very principles that are being emphasized in the Interact Club. And Rotary has recently, in November of 2013, engaged people and changed lives by sending aid to the Philippines after Super Typhoon Haiyan killed thousands of people and displaced nearly 600,000 more. Rotarians around the world took the initiative in collecting supplies, packing relief goods, and working with shelter boxes to help house nearly 5,000 families. Not only were Rotary clubs helping from outside the Philippines, but there are around 800 clubs in the islands that changed lives in their own communities. Changing lives has never been demonstrated closer to home than in 2010, after the earthquakes in Haiti. Students from South Effingham High School's Interact Club responded by taking the initiative to raise thousands of dollars to purchase 4 shelter boxes. This was an example of how individuals can work together to engage Rotary and change lives. In 1932, Rotarian Herbert J. Taylor created the four-way test, a code of ethics adopted by Rotary 11 years later. The test asks the following questions. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? All of these questions are admirable when they are answered truthfully and for the good of mankind. Then Rotary can change lives. While community service is key, it is not the only way to change lives. Lives can be changed by simply following this code. In following the four-way test, members are setting an example of outstanding character and exceptional ethical teachings. These 4 questions are emphasized in the Interact Club. I have personally answered all of them when working with the Special Olympics hosted at our school. Today, 1.2 million Rotarians belong to 34,000 clubs in more than 200 countries. There are multitudes of members hard at work, but we cannot become complacent and assume that somebody else will do all of the work. Think about how many lives are being changed with the help of these 1.2 million Rotarians. Think about how many more lives could be changed with the help of even more. To quote Rotarian President Ron D. Burton, "I hope you'll join us as we celebrate our successes, look to the future, and discover new ways to engage Rotary and change lives." As next year's Interact Club president, I pledge to follow this year's theme of Engage Rotary, Change Lives.